Is this new Hitchcock Volume 3 collection worth getting into a frenzy over, or am I the man who knows too much about a better collecting option out there? In today's physical media news topic video, we peek through the rear window of the details on the Hitchcock Volume 3 release, we then get psycho on the issues with this release, and then ultimately, I let you all know if this release managed to rope me in for a day one pickup or not, so let's talk about it. So first, to start with the news and the details on this release, we got Universal coming out with the Alfred Hitchcock Volume 3 collection, supposedly planned for October 31st, if that date sticks. Kind of perfect for the spooky season or at the very tail end of it. But yes, Volume 3 is going to have 5 movies. Yes, 5 of them going to be Rope, The Man Who Knew Too Much, we got Topaz, we got Torn Curtain, and we got Frenzy. So those are the 5 we are getting with this release. Now, I did pick up the Volume 1 way back when, and I really loved the Volume 1 release. It had an amazing set of movies. The restoration work was great. So the Fortes were fantastic. They sounded awesome. They looked sharp. I mean, the details and the colors just popped. So I'm hoping the same for this third volume. So no reason to doubt it, but it's the same style, same packaging style, where it's a booklet form. You got Alfred Hitchcock's silhouette on the front. You got different images of the movies around it. You open it up. You can go through each of the movies' 4K Blu-ray discs in the slip pockets, which kind of irritating to pull those out once in a while and put those back in. Always feel like I'm scratching them, even though I'm probably not. But you got the release date on it. You got the movie poster. Overall, very fantastic design. I expect the same thing out of this volume 3 set here. And that volume 1 set really got me hooked on the Alfred Hitchcock movies. Watching Rear Window the first time in 4K really sold me on that director. And now he's my second favorite director of all time. I've seen over 20 of his movies, so I've seen all the movies in this volume 3 set that is coming out. So yes, those are the details we have so far, but there are some major issues, so we got to get into them too. Now to get into the major issues with this Volume 3 release, and we have to get into more details about these 5 movies here. Now there's 3 in here that I think are quite good, being Rope, The Man Who Knew Too Much remake, and then Frenzy. I quite enjoy all 3 of those movies. They're not my top 5 favorite Hitchcock movies by any means, but they're towards the higher part of the list, so I do quite like those. Now there are 2 stinkers here, and though we have to point out, that being Topaz and Torn Curtain. At least for my personal taste, I do not care for those 2 Hitchcock movies at all. Those are the only Hitchcock movies I've seen that I actually don't like, and they're just boring to me. They're dull, they move at a snail's pace, don't really care for the stories, not really invested in the characters at all. Those are 2 that I could completely leave out. I probably will never see those again. So they're really trying to sell me on 3 quite good movies with this Volume 3 release. Now, I do have to mention, I already have these movies. Like I said, I've seen them before, and it's because of a better collecting option out there, at least from what I think. And that was when they did an Alfred Hitchcock Ultimate Collection. I mean, I love this collection. You got 15 Blu-ray movies in here, so you got everything from those volumes of Universal 4Ks they've been releasing, of course on the Blu-ray disc, but then you also got some TV episodes in there, and not only that, you got North by Northwest. How Universal got that, I have no idea. Some licensing agreement probably, but that was so cool they were able to include that. Now, if that one was included in this Volume 3, that would be a giant seller right there, but it's not. And this is probably going to be the last volume release from Universal for these Alfred Hitchcock movies, because I believe these are the ones they own. That's why they were in the Ultimate Collection box set. So this is probably the last volume, so I don't think we're going to be getting North by Northwest, at least in that type of packaging and style. So maybe we'll get a standard release from a different company later on. I think that one might be Warner Brothers, so that'd be kind of cool, a 4K of that. But getting back to the Volume 3 here, am I really enticed to get it? Because these Blu-rays did a great job for me. They look quite good. Yeah, the 4Ks are going to be better, but is it really worth it just to get 3 quite good movies, 2 movies I don't care about? This is when we get into my decision of what I'm going to do. So at the end of the day, I cannot pick this one up day one. The set is probably going to be close to $70, which is a hefty price. Once again, for only 3 movies I would care about. Yeah, if I cared about all 5 movies, it'd be about 14 bucks or so a piece. But because I don't care about Topaz and Torn Curtain, 70 bucks for 3 movies day one isn't really worth it. Once again, when I have this ultimate collection, the Blu-rays already, I'm pretty content with that at the moment. Now, I will say if you don't have the ultimate collection, this is still a great pickup. Like I said, it's worth it just to see 3 of these amazing movies. And the 4K, like I said, is probably going to look gorgeous. So, yeah, to get all 3 volumes on the shelf will look really cool. But I would have to wait personally for me until we get discounted. Like we get to a Prime Day deal. If I saw it go to that $40 mark, especially if it went under 40, if it ever hit 30, for sure, absolutely worth it at that point just to get the 4K upgrades. Because, like I said, this is my second favorite director of all time. I really like some of these movies. But yeah, not at the price point. It's probably going to be about, like I said, I'm predicting about $70. But if it hit that under 40 mark, I would highly consider it. Just because I really dig what Universal's doing with their style of releases. These 3 volumes probably look so cool on the shelf together. And so, yeah, it really depends what you have in your collection already for what you're going to do. But at this point, I'm just going to have to wait. They didn't rope me in. They caught my attention, but just didn't do a day one sell. But yeah, you guys let me know in the comments below. Are you a big Alfred Hitchcock fan? What are some of your favorite Hitchcock movies out there? Do you plan on ever picking up this Volume 3 4K set? Let's have those fun movie conversations down below. And if you love collecting physical media just like me, make sure you subscribe right now. That way I can keep you entertained and up to date on all the latest physical media topics.
Come on.
We're being watched.
What? Oh, come on.
And if you enjoy these physical media topics, check out another one right now. And thank you so much, my mega membership supporters.